everyone! Yeah! How do you feel now? Are you tired? You want to go home now?
Yes, yes.
Just be patient for like 50 minutes. Okay. Okay. We've just here around 20 countries. We go from India, we go to Scotland, we go to Germany, and now back to our country, Vietnam. I think most of us here is entertained very much about our countries. So we don't present whole Vietnam today. We will compare the difference between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh cities. And before we start, let's look through our agendas. Next, please. Okay. The agendas. We have setting the scenes. Next, we will set some difference between the north and the south, and then conclusions, symbols. So just 10 minutes. Okay. Next. Let's start with setting the scenes. As we know, Vietnam has more than 86 million people live in more than 54 cities and provinces. But whenever we talk about Vietnam, we usually mention about two biggest cities, that is Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh. Even though we live in the same countries, we speak the same language, but because of the regional and historical difference, so we have a very difference in the abilities as well as the values. And first, we look at, I think we should move to the first differentiations that I found very interesting, and I think it's also helpful when we open the business in these two big cities. That is the difference in consumption habits. Our consumption habits, according to nations in 2009, the biggest, the key drivers for this difference is that their propositions meet and re-study individualism and collectivism. For the Saigonese, the individualism is domestic, or because people, when they're making a choice in their purchases, they less be influenced by other opinions. Their desires and their needs is the most important. And how about the Hanoians? We said the Hanoians, instead of Hanoi, I think this is lovely, man. They vary because their consumption habits are influenced by the others. They really cares about what other people say about them. So when they want to portray some things, they will listen to their friends, they will listen to their neighbors, and it really affects their abilities to work a brand. I will take an example for this to let it easier to understand. For example, Boss Hanoians and Boss Hanoian and Saigonese want to buy a new TV, and if their neighbor said that, no, I don't buy it, it's not a good brand because the quality is low. How does Saigon react to this? They say that, yes, I will consider this, but because I love this brand, my desires is more important, so I'm going to buy it. But how about the Hanoians? They completely different. They really? I forget it right away. Choose another brand. It's really, really interesting, right? And the next one I want to talk about is about their life perceptions. For the Saigonese, they live for the presents. This means that when they earn $10 per day, they're willing to spend 11 for their needs and wants. They don't care about tomorrow. Tomorrow less, we will think it's about tomorrow. And about the Hanoians, they plan carefully for their futures. Why? If they earn $10, just spend one or two. I think this is interesting one too, right? And how about they react in the top girls economies? How can they react? Both groups say that they will spend less, they will save the money in order to react to these situations. But how? In different ways. To Hanoians, they will buy less, but they will buy the same brand. They're loyal to their brand. How about the Saigons? They will change the brand, just choose the cheaper brands, but I will buy the same or higher amount. that I think it's quite interesting, and we have many other interesting differences, and I will continue to say about that.
Are you hungry now?
Yes.
Me too. And I firstly have excuse because I present to you about food. And the second part is the food cultures of Vietnam. You know that Vietnam is food is a typical culture of Vietnamese, and Vietnamese have a passion with food, and they love eating and enjoying food everywhere, every time. And like everything else, food is different location to locations, and there are many significant differences between the northern and southern cuisines. First, the southern taste, because the southerners are heavily affected by the Cambodian, Thailand, and Chinese cuisine. So in the meals of southerners, they prefer sweet taste. They are created by the sweet taste created by adding more coconut milk or sugars, and also they like very spicy taste created by adding chili peppers. But in contrast, in the northern, people prefer salty. It's more salty than other regions. They use raw sauce, fish sauce, and many sauce to add in their meals, and they use a lot of sodium. It is called Ajinomoto to add in the food, and for the spicy taste, they use peppercorns instead of chili peppers. In the main ingredients, because of the lack of variety of fresh foods, so they often use fresh meat and fresh chickens in their main ingredients, and sometimes seafood which easily found like shrimp or fish also used for their main meals. In the south, because thanks to the variety of foods, they prefer to use herbs and vegetables in their meals, and sometimes they also add fruit served with their main meals. They prefer to eat seafood too. And let me give you an example of this that have a same cooking method, but they use different ingredients in that. This is called bún riêu. You know bún riêu? Do you like it? In the northern, bún riêu origin from the northern, and its recipe is very simple. Just have crab, fried tofu, and tomatoes, and it tastes very soft, very simple, and everyone can enjoy it. But in the southern, with the same ingredients like the north, but they also add more seafood, and sometimes the hazelnut oils to create more colorful in bún riêu. And according to the different foods, the southern and the northern create a different cuisine. And
okay, I will talk about the difference between the lifestyle of North and South of Vietnam. Firstly, the most difference between the lifestyle of North and South of Vietnam is fashion. The Saigonese also choose the clothes which make them comfortable and active, such as casual clothes, t-shirts, shorts, jeans, flip-flop. Furthermore, they can wear them. When they hang out and or enjoy almost outdoor activities. even they come to luxury destination, those clothes are also accepted. On the other hand, almost Hanoians often choose they care much about the performance, and they usually dress up carefully before they hanging out, and they often choose almost formal clothes such as shirts, European trouser style, and shoes, even they go to, for example, when you travel to Hanoi, even they go to drink some tea on the pavement, they often wear like this. This one is special, the most special in fashion of North and South in Vietnam. As you know, the South just has two reasons. It's our sunny and rainy day, so the style, the cloth item is not diversified as North. North has four seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So the cloth item is more diversified, and in winter the Hanoians often wear the winter clothes such as French coat, glove, and jacket. Next, the second difference between the lifestyle of South and North of Vietnam is communication. The Chinese is friendly, open-hearted when they communicate. Furthermore, they are straightforward and straightforward and easy to share information, emotion with other people when they communicate. Besides that, the Saigonese don't care much about the performance and treat people nice and equally. On the other hand, the Hanoians is quite reticent and make distance between with other people when they communicate, and when they talk something, when they don't explain clearly and focus on the issue. So it's difficult to understand exactly what they mean and exactly what they say and understand them. In conclusion, what do those differences mean? The comparison between the difference of South and North of Vietnam to make you understand the difference, have new business, have appropriate methods to penetrate Saigon and Hanoi market, and create the best value for customer and receive the best value in return. Thank you for your listening.
Yes, John.
Do you have any questions?
Okay, thank you very much. So we will have